not that bad, but it's dodgeable, right? You can just walk out of the mouth.
Walk away from it.
Just walk away.
I mean, yeah, Clink's going to give you a lot of physical damage. Decent tower push there as well. And I guess with like Burning Army, Burning Barrage is pretty good in choke points to try and burst people down. Definitely a unique pick, though, and unusual to see it here. Also unusual that it's not an absolute last pick, right? Usually with these flavor picks that come out, they are grabbed completely at the very end, but maybe a bit of upset here, right? If Nigma have not played against this, like, what do we do? What do we pick against the Clinks?
I just feel like you can abuse this with either mobility or units. Like the puck we talked about would be... I mean, like, they have no stuns. They're going to be relying on trying to get some Orchid or something on Clinks, maybe? Or...
Choose your hero.
Dome? Yeah, okay, I can see it. This works too. It's just a different idea that I didn't really think about. You know, letting Sumail and Miracle have, like, free reign over a fight because you've doomed, like, the only thing that can stop them seems like a perfectly fine idea, and...
It feels like a similar story to what we saw between DGG and Ivy. Like, you think about these matchups, those matchups. Ivy wanted to play a little bit faster. DGG wanted to play into that late game to get pleb built up. And maybe a similar story here where Nigma, feeling game one, feeling that they can be a little more patient, waiting until 30 plus minutes. So Miracle and Mind Control and Sumail all have the farm that they need. Doom is always one of those heroes that's going to get the gold.
Yeah, he does, and if his lane is bad or anything, I mean, how many times now have we seen Dooms that don't mind, especially if the other four are good at playing together, which they are. Like, Jug can easily get involved if they want to run him mid and push the tower a bit and then just spin out. As long as Wish isn't there with a lasso, there's nothing that really stops him. Like, they have no way to cancel his, like, spin TP or spin out other than lasso, which probably lends to some peace of mind as long as you, like, can see the Batrider on the map and what have you. So yeah, maybe they can get him involved. Maybe they can smoke to his lane in the safe lane. I feel like all of Brame's heroes are very killable.
It's like, what's the scaling like for Brame? Like, I look at this and I think Bat, Viper, Tiny, Undying. Once they're going to hit a brick wall 25, 30 minutes in where, you know, Nigma, if they've managed to kind of weather that storm, get through laning stage, they're in a good spot. Then Clinks is thrown in there, and I don't know. Like, I do not have a good read on where Clinks is, what he's meant to be doing. Last time I saw him, it was, you know, Arteezy buying Maelstrom, Sumail rushing Maelstrom, buying 2 branches and literally going Javelin, farming Ancient stacks. It might be the same story now, still.
Well, you know, just because of the way the draft plays out, you know, I want to, like, talk about Nigma's last pick as the key to, like, their draft, but Brame definitely are not, like, worthless here. Like, their draft is good. The thing that they have is absolute lane domination. They want to win their lanes really hard. This this Doom, you know, he's picked here, he can recover here, sure, but like DP, if she gets halted hard mid, if they rotate with Tiny, toss her back and just like kill her, I mean, they can really like make it hard for her. Obviously she's going to get exorcism and be able to still go for objectives, but like if you kind of shut down Sumail's game, it really hurts the tempo of Nigma, who need DP to be the one that kind of goes and does stuff for them. Same way with like Jug, if they can just shut him down and kill him, he's just going to be like sitting in the jungle. You know, he doesn't want to come connect and help the team fight that much. He needs to recover. He needs his Midas.
Yeah. The hands of Midas.
Yeah, like they have really strong lanes. They have Undying, they have Viper, they have the Batrider, they have abilities to rotate and contest these runes. They have ways to take tower with this Clinks. It's definitely not looking bad at all.
Pretty wild Clinks. Bounty rune fights, honestly.
Weird.
People backstabbing, going in around. Still going to end in a 2-for-2. Yeah. But a D-Ward mid from Spartan there going to be denied by GH.
I think Clinks is a hero that is starting to see way more picks recently. In general, whereas before he felt pretty unseen, and when he would come up, people don't really know what he does. My experience of watching him in pro games is just that while he is a little bit slow, this barrage really lets him farm hard. Like, he can do Ancients, he can farm the jungle. He is a much harder farmer now than his old designs. Also, Spartan doing a great job here of walling Mind Control out of the lane, and now he needs to connect this this lane to the one that GH is pulling. Yeah. Unfortunately, doesn't get the range creep. But that's fine.
It does got the
but yeah,
devour on it.
The Clinks is really strong, and with these items that he buys, he goes like a lot of damage. He can get like Daedalus. I've even seen like some rapiers coming out. This hero does a lot of damage. The amount of little skeleton burning armies as well, like that seems to be quite value, and it makes it so hard to fight because they do a lot of damage, and they are just everywhere in a fight. It makes your supports like feel super hard to kind of walk up and get into the fight. Like if you're not building a lot of armor, it can completely demolish you.
Yeah. Yeah, don't even need the Aghanims. Just get the shard and have them pop out when you're invis.
Yeah, just every little thing makes fighting into Clinks quite difficult, but the counter to him, obviously, he's just a little boy. If you can get on top of him, you can simply kill him.
Break his brittle bones.
Yes.
Well, Spartan, like you said, doing a good job. Getting up in the face of mind control with all these lane manipulations going on. Dragon waves back and forth. And GH going to try and do a similar job on Nande there. Of course, we've got that mid DP against the Bat Rider, where it looks like Sumail taking an early lead against Wish. 14-2 against the 8-0 of the Bat. Well, this does start to change a little bit once we get level 3, level 4 on Wish. Get his bottle refilled. Look towards these solo kills. Spirit
the level
Wand.
4's a big one to watch for.
Spirit Siphon Wand going to be so annoying, though. And
Yeah,
Kuro might just be the first blood. Poison attacks coming out of 11. He's got Mango there if he needs it, but decided just to go with the raw right clicks instead. Grab that first kill on the Chen. It does mean that Miracle's left to his own devices, not being touched by the Viper too much.
I'm seeing this so reliably now with these teams where they block the medium camp with the ward. I wonder if we'll see teams start to just bring the sentry early and like get that free gold. It's like free gold and XP. It could honestly change the lane because you get your level 2 faster.
Yeah.
Like if you give your carry the last hit as well on it, I don't know, it just seems like I've seen it twice in the series in a row, and I've seen it in other series too. I think teams will start to pick up on it soon when they watch replays, and or just from when they deward it, because they do deward it eventually.
Yeah, it's there. You know, the vision's there. Wish has hit level 4. Not able just yet to get in on top of Sumail. 17-1 charges. Always a fear that you're going to have that turnaround from the DP. Wait for that 4-minute rune to come up and then maybe think about going for a bit of a dive. Could also see Desire's Tiny rotate, but currently very focused on keeping this Viper farming. And Dragon Waves back away from Miracle.
For Doom, we see a distinct difference here, where we've seen these lane presence Dooms that max or put 3 points in Scorched Earth, and they just try to be there and pressure the carry and not give them everything for free. But Mind Control understands that this is not a game for that. It is so hard to lane into Undying and the Burning Spears, so he's going for that Devour. He's playing just for catch up, and it gives GH space too, right? Like think about how easy it would be if the lane equilibrium is close to Jug's tower bot. You could just TP with GH Earth Spirit and get a kill there for free. Like a spin onto Viper should be pretty easy kill.
Yeah, even in the mid lane, if that dive does come from the Bat, which is maybe why Wish is being so tentative about his aggression. And GH rotations definitely scary as they just go straight onto the Clinks. Tombstone's dropped, his lightning creep, the mind control's picked up, has not only secured him range creeps, but almost a kill on the Clinks. Places the branch, gets the salve off, and mind control dung to zombies. Spartan's got an army of his own, now chasing GH out of lane.
That was such a good branch. What a cool... Oh, 1 health, 1 hit from death, man. What a player. What a great branch play.
Sick little moves from Nande. Yeah. It looks so good for the Doom. Yeah, that lightning creep. Doing a lot of magic damage, 140 burst. And a good roll in from GH. Maybe now thinking about going on Spartan. Infernal Blade there from the Doom. And a roll back. They want the Clinks. Sentry drop to kick through. Nande, again, so close to death, but they don't have quite enough damage to finish them off. But they're completely out of regen now, though. Okay, they've got a soul rep from Spartan. He'll walk back to base.
Maybe he can die to the tower or something. I don't know. You don't want to give XP away, but you kind of need to reset your resources. Oh, he brought mana on the courier. That's fine. And GH is just going to swing round for the 6-minute rune. I think Tiny should do the same. He's going to stack the Ancients instead.
Yeah, something that, like you said, Clink's very adept at taking. Batrider goes for the bot rune. RNG not his friend. Illusion spawns top. Sumail doesn't even have a bottle here, going for that Falcon Blade wand build.
Again, yeah. Falcon Blade build seems really nice. He's gonna rotate under a ward though. So they'll know he's coming. If Nande dies here, that would be really bad, considering they know what's happening.
Yeah, they see it all coming. Spartan was even getting a little pull off there. They'll go for the Undying instead, a little freebie. TP rotation's coming in as Sumail does use Exo. Tiny cancels. Pressure very quickly again, similar to game 1. Straight onto tier 1s with this exorcism. And while the Tiny's been rotating, he went back to stack, he went to look for runes. That's completely left Kuro and Miracle to reclaim control of that bottom lane. Viper on his own, not able to really do the job they desire.
I think Wish went like some full farming build. He didn't go point and flame break. He didn't really want to try and apply kill threat to a DP.
Yeah, trying to stack jungle for him, so he can fall back on that as he gets the bottle refill from Spartan.
Yeah, I mean they might also just give it to the Clinks, depending. I guess the first condition that they need to do a lot is get Wish his travels, and then after that it's just farm up Clinks.
They've gone all the way around through triangle. I see Sumail, tombstones out. Wish with a lasso will catch the DP, drag her into the Ancients. Not much mind control can do here, but watch Sumail attempt to TP home, and the Spirit Siphons keep him topped up long enough. While MC does bring down Spartan and down in bottom lane. They've got in on top of 11, but no further stuns. Means a TP back to Fountain will give him the safety he needed.
I guess that is one thing. No stuns. They even brought GH bot. So I guess at this point you should just commit to trying to take this tower here. And GH currently without TP, which is a little spooky, but I don't think they're gonna go for anything on Brame right now. Just there's no lasso. Clinks isn't gonna be killing anyone really. They are holding that rune bot, but it's not an action rune. This is an illusion rune into a regen rune. No action rune for either mid player. I mean, obviously Sumail making do without and still going top and making that nice play, getting that tower to half health. Anything helps.
Just unsettling the rhythm of Brame. So far, their laning stages look superb in game 1 and game 2. Coming out on top on all 3 of their cores.
This is super even.
And Clinks is getting his Maelstrom delivered. So it is that very similar build we saw, I don't know, like a year ago or something, when Artesian Sumail were playing it. There's the Maelstrom rush, farm stacks of Ancients, accelerate yourself incredibly quickly and become a force on the map.
I'd like to have seen I'd like to see Brame stack the Ancients a little bit more. They only did it once so far, but just it's kind of like an ALK. You're just investing really hard into your Clinks. Yeah, and they're just gonna take the current stacks in the jungle on Wish as Batrider and get him closer to those boosted travel. Sumail's actually coming in with a ward as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
snipes out. A couple of large creeps for him, very nicely done. And a little bit of high ground vision. Well, 11 on top of Miracle and finds the kill on him. Thanks to Desire's tiny rotation, they kill off the Jug. And he had 2 heroes behind him as well. Miracle dying there, a bit of a surprise.
I didn't see how it went down. I just saw that his spin's on cooldown, and I'm assuming they just like Viper striked through it and got that kill.
Yeah, they managed to catch him unaware. Yeah, looks like Desire will be stacking up the Ancients a little more as well. So Clinks can start to make that migration from top lane through his top jungle down towards bot.
Yeah, nice. They're bringing Exo to take top, so for Nande, he's got his Maelstrom, he's feeling good. He should just... it looks like he's waiting for that rotate, that creep respawn. He can super elevate his farming now with this Maelstrom. He can just like run it through the jungle, head to the triangle, take that, swing to bot, help take that tower if he wants.
They're smoking up top to connect with him though.
Okay.
So they know Sumail's here pushing away with Exo. And they want to try and fight into it. And this is still a position in the game where Nigma are waiting for key items. Midas Jug, Midas Doom still a little away from them. A good realization from Nigma that danger was coming. Tombstone from Spartan. Sumail with the 3-man silence gonna create a bit of a gap between him and the rest of Brame. So a wasted rotation. And now Nigma, they're the ones smoking and wrapping around in behind them. Thinking about the go once the Tombstone's down. I mean, it's 1 hit away from death, 10 seconds to expire, healed up by the Soul Rip for now. And in comes Desire. Avalanche toss back Sumail, but Miracle and GH with a long roll forward, whiffing on the initiation. I'll try and aim for the Tiny. He's the straggler. Kick the rock at him. Spin him down.
It's not bad for Brame. I would say I really like their move, because even though it doesn't result in anything, you're wasting the exorcism. I think they're still going to get the result of what they wanted from their fight.
Yeah, still. GH just keeps going in deeper and deeper. You got the dust off on the clinks, kick some rocks at him with a magnetize on him, but he's got himself that death pack, tanks back up and looks for the next round of brawling. Viper now deciding to join in, but doomed up and clipped by another magnetized pebble. Mind control being burst down almost immediately by the burning barrage, and Sumail lassoed up. Wish finding the catch and the kill on GH here as the Viper is still alive somehow. Oh, he's on 10 HP. Survives through the doom. Miracle chasing in towards Spartan with a spin on the Undying. Throws the tombstone down, and Miracle decides he has to TP home. Brame, what a great punch back there. Yeah, they lose the clinks, but taking 3 with him.
And Kuroki hit level 6 just now. Literally just now. Imagine if that had been able to change. He was sitting bot the entire fight. He never came top. He was desperate for that level 6.
That would have been a game changer.
But yeah, God, like nice re-initiation from Brame, like turning even low health on clinks. He's like, I can get these kills if I just turn, maybe give my life, get this barrage off. I think Nigma, a big mistake there to keep going without your exorcism. They lost a lot of damage, and it did give Brame that space to get those kills. And, like you give Bat 2 kills, I think, off like just by running in there. He's now gunning for a blink dagger. He's got his travels. Like I think this is kind of a mistake we've seen a couple times. These Bat Riders, they get fed a couple kills and just have an amazing game off the back of it. After a rougher start.
Just seeing that damage from the clinks on the Doom is pretty insane though. Like from 100 to 0 in one barrage.
Didn't he get like Undying Soul Rip too? Actually, it's only level 1. Yeah, it was definitely mostly the clinks.
That's pretty huge damage. And Nande clearing through these ancients. Looks like they're going to give a bit of control in that mid lane. Tier 1 being chipped away at by this next Exo from Sumail. But again, it is patience from Nigma. That's the name of the game for them. They need these Hands of Midases to kick in. Hanses of Midases.
Hanses and Midases.
That's the one. And they're TPing in to defend now. Tombstone's there. Avalanche catch on Takuro. Chen just too far forward. Couldn't get his mech or his Hand of God off.
Good defense there. I thought they might just give it, but the ability to just throw down Tombstone, I mean, there's a reason Undying is so popular right now. You can just throw this down and then get complete area control. And they're just going to play now towards a high ground cliff ward. Look for another kill. Lasso's back up. It forces Miracle out of his farming space. He'll have to go top, but Mind Control's up there. He's farming. Yeah, the map becomes a little smaller when they play like this. So hopefully they can just keep this ward up for themselves. They're losing the one on the cliff in their own jungle, so they won't be able to see Nigma going in there. It even looks like they might want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, GH, he's actually got the catch on Clinks. Trying to solo kill him. Maybe turn onto the Viper now, but quickly realizing that's not where he wants to be. Lasso will be there to catch out MC's Doom, baited in by the Earth Spirit roll. Nigma yet again paying dearly for these aggressive moves into that top jungle.
A quick move from Nigma to just go de-ward that cliff ward as soon as they see Brame moving back top, but it's still map pressure. You're feeling afraid on Nigma no matter where you go. Like your wards are all up here on Nigma, and yet you're still dying as your offlaner. Brame is showing that they'll just go from one side of the map to another and hunt and hunt and hunt and look for these fights, because the nice thing about their draft is that they're not super cooldown dependent. Whilst Nigma are waiting for the exorcism and then grouping up and doing stuff together. Meanwhile, you have Brame who are like, okay, we have a Viper, let's just go spit on them. We can combo them with Tiny. We can just go throw down a Tombstone, which is, it's still quite a long cooldown, but...
Oh, let's keep on brawling.
Just keep fighting. Yeah.
I wish. He doesn't have Lasso. Miracle trying to spin away, but look at who's coming for him. Nande and Desire with a Tumbler's Toy. Avalanche Barrage, kill off the Jug. Transfer this into a potential tier 1 push, but they also want to consider this mid tower. Thinking about traversing across this bottom jungle, even smoking up under a Radiant ward though. So GH is going to pop the smoke on some of them.
It's just the pressure. They have to sit there to try and take the tower, but they're TPing in, they're going for the kill.
Tower falls. Mind Control getting run at though. Good silence from the DP to stop any more poison coming, but 11 He's going to break past it, keep the hunt on, and MC denied to Roche, but not coming. Wish there with a final touch of damage. While Desire has got the avalanche toss on Sumail. Back into Spartan, Flesh Golem, Tombstone again. Oh, the stuns, they're all on cooldown.
Nice TP for him.
And bottom tower falls to the creeps. Swing bot, swing mid. Clinks, though, caught down in that bottom lane, found by GH and Sumail. Everyone's moving so quickly across this map. Wish and Desire, they're back down here as well, with Spartan getting in front of GH will stop the roll, and a lasso finding Sumail. They've got the hand of God to heal him up. Sumail with the spirit siphons, surrounded by these Brame heroes, though, as Spartan still trying to focus GH, but they're back on the DP. 11 finds Kuroki, a little deeper in the jungle, and Desire's there with a great avalanche. Find them the kill on the Death Prophet.
Sorry,
GH with a roll back in. He's going to get killed as well. Kicks Desire onto tower, but he's done for. A double for 11.
I was so confused. I saw zombies. I was like, wait, didn't the tombstone happen in the river? I think they just followed DP all the way across the map. Just never got killed. Anyway, it wasn't that impactful, but it was just something funny. And are you just seeing how Brame is playing this game? They are everywhere. They take bot, they put a ward on the cliff, and they run back into their jungle, get a kill there, then they run back to bot, get a kill on Miracle, then they smoke back to mid, take a fight there, then go back to bot again. They are just not giving up anything. They are not letting up. They are just trying to cover as much of this map as possible. Their movements are super erratic. The only thing it's not giving them is like solid warding control.
Yeah.
Like this is the obviously the bad point is that you go somewhere, you put a ward down, you leave it, the enemy just come and deward it. But that's the only downside. Otherwise, they are kind of running them, and
but
it's
they're
not
losing
like the
towers
is,
though.
They are a little bit.
It feels like until the Clinks is like fully online, they're not able to bring down objectives themselves.
Yeah. Usually I just feel bad when this kind of movement is happening because one core on the enemy side is like hardcore farming, but it doesn't even really feel like that. You look at the net worth and everyone on Brame is keeping up. Just by running into these areas, it's forcing Nigma to leave their farming patterns, and that seems to be why it's quite equal. I mean, they're not gaining a massive lead from it, but they are buying time for Clinks to just get super online. He's got that Gleipnir now.
Yeah, Sumail having a much more challenging game this time around. Previously, what, he was like 13-0, now he's 3-2-2. Not as easy as it was previously, but we're still looking for these timings for Nigma. The BKB on the Death Prophet, Maelstrom on the Juggernaut, and Doom with his own BKB. So in the next 3-4 minutes or so, we will have everything click into place for Nigma in terms of items. But of course, that's 3 or 4 minutes here where Brame, they can really rack up a serious amount of net worth on this Clinks, who already has Gleipnir working on his Daedalus now. And the Batrider going for this Blink Force Staff. So opting not to go for the BKB, going for full maneuverability to drag people around and displace them. Spartan just going to take a step too far forward, gets his mech off, buys a bit of time for his team to arrive, and there's the Clinks with the Gleipnir on the damage. GH being burst down along with Kuroki. Spartan making sure that the Tombstone's dropped and a lasso dragged back Miracle. His spin's about to end, and that means the magic damage is going to pummel him down into the ground. Hits the floor with a thud. Tier 1's unlocked for them, and Brame just rampaging over this middle lane.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. The heal with the mech plus the soul rip just makes it hard for Nigma to burst. They don't have that burst. They are quite sustained damage all at once, and it's just getting that tombstone down afterwards just makes it really hard to fight into. I'm just looking at the differences in. I mean, they're still going for more. I mean, this is Brame at their max confidence going in.
Go on, Mind Control. You just bought that BKB. Yeah, do you want to use it? The rest of Nigma are trying to come here, and he's actually battled back enough to force the Tiny away. But look at the Clinks! Destroys Kuroki. Sumail has to Exo now to chase down this Viper. Spartan lurking in the shadows. Mind Control back in, and a roll with a Doom on top of 11. Should be able to finally find this kill. Brame were considering going back in, but they've run out of mana and cooldowns. And this will allow GH to chase in for more. Spartan, he's got his eyes set on the prize there. Desire being hunted, but the Clinks with the damage. The Gleipnir keeps Sumail locked in place for that barrage to burst him down.
They have a tombstone.
And now the opening.
Fighting.
Yeah, the move back in by Wish. Omni Slash does jump onto the Undying, bounces back off the Tiny, but Miracle now has to spin to survive any further aggression from Brame, because it just keeps on coming. Desire forced out forward, drifts into them with a Gleipnir, catching their kill off. GH The Nande clinks shredding through these Nigma heroes. Mech from Kuro buys a bit of time for him, but he will not survive. All out aggression.
It just keeps coming. The net worth lead is still not massively growing, but it feels so bad for Nigma. Losing these fights, they don't ever seem to have any sort of handle or position of power. Like the kill lead is growing, and it just keeps trending this way. Then eventually Brame will take these fights where they actually have like a solid purpose. Like, okay, we're gonna go kill them now, and we're gonna get a Roche off the back of it. Because right now it's just like trying to keep Nigma away from farming. They're trying to stop them from hitting creeps, stop them from, you know, getting their item timings. Just keep snowballing. I mean, Clinks is getting super involved, so his levels are just going up. He's getting all that XP from being involved. He's getting his items. They're just, I mean, they're scaling to a good place. And you just see, like, I was gonna say earlier, you see a difference in how the carries are itemizing. So Miracle's gone for his Midas Maelstrom. He really wants to farm. Maelstrom helps with that damage on the spin, especially with the shard damage as well. And then he's going for a Lincoln Sphere. He is playing to be a little bit afraid. Whereas you look at Nande on his Clinks, he does.
Nope.
Gleipnir into Daedalus. He wants to output the most damage possible, and he trusts his team to keep fighting and doing well.
And they're getting a catch again. High ground vision gives them the jump on Kuro. Roshan available to them now, and Kuro might have to buy back to defend this. Oh, I just don't know about that. And yeah, I mean, Clinks is probably thinking, hey, if Doom's going to buy an Aghanim Scepter at some point, why should I buy a Lincoln's? I think it's a thought process going through a lot of cores' heads nowadays with that AoE Doom available. And here we go with Nigma smoking. They're going to the pit, but Aegis is already grabbed by the Clinks. They are standing their ground, thinking about making a jump in this mid lane, though. Roll towards Spartan. We'll find the Undying with a Magnetize, and a good kick. Going to clip the bat as well. That's a tanky boy. Flesh Golem's out. Still has his mech. Another huge avalanche. Desire will toss the DP back in. Your Scepter catches the Viper. Mind Control going to get the Wall Stomp and the Doom onto him. Focusing 11 and killing off the Tombstone. Miracle slices, dices into the Viper's back. And now the move in towards the Undying will find the kill at long last. Burning Barrage, though, takes Miracle to half. Doesn't finish off the job on any heroes, though. And GA just keeps rolling onto the dusted Clinks. This is where Nigma, though, got to be wary. Reset. They've spent cooldowns. They're low HP. They need the Yules on the DP. The roll going to be cancelled. And Desire with a double kill. Find another. Sumail's gone. Brame hold on to Aegis. Get some huge kills. And they're forcing Nigma back again.
Looked good for a hot moment for Nigma.
Kuro, the final casualty of war. Oh, I say that. I say
They're
that.
running him down.
Mind Control. Oh, that's us forward. He does get the preemptive War Stomp down, but Desire has another avalanche. Get into their base. They're just diving tier 3s to team wipe Nigma.
Wish is out of control. 0 deaths. He's speedrunning this best of 3.
7-0-12, yeah. Huge performance out of this Batrider. And a 6k lead now manifesting for Brame.
I'm very impressed just by how they're taking these fights. Even when Nigma get sort of like a little hold back into the game, like getting that roll in, it's just like they're holding their turns for the last second. If you watched like Undying, for example, you know, they go on him. He doesn't pop his mech instinctively. He's trying to kind of bait as many heroes in as he can before he gets that heal off, gets the soul rep. It's nice kind of trying to bait them in, and then you see as soon as they overstep, as soon as they go too far, suddenly Brame turn. They look back around, and then they kill you. They wait for this Gleipnir cooldown. They catch so many heroes all clumped together as they chase, and do so much damage. This Clinks is outputting. I mean, it's just undealable for Nigma, it feels like.
He's doing like 6k damage a team fight. That's pretty ridiculous numbers. I mean, that was Sumail with no BKB on that fight, right? So now he has it. Maybe a bit of a change for Nigma here. But I am starting to wonder, you know, game 1, they had the patience. They knew that their team fight was overwhelming. They had Chrono, Echo Slam, Exo. This time around, they're much more reliant on this Doom to blink War Stomp. And I think more importantly, GH, every initiation he makes, every catch that he finds, it has to pay off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One thing that makes it really hard for mind control, and I do not envy this, is playing into a Tombstone is so hard. Because your blink can get cancelled just, you know, off the cuff, and it can ruin the entire team fight. They need to be able to start the fight on their own terms on Nigma. either Brame needs to like step out of position and they punish it, or they play around some super good ward, get like the Doom off to start the fight. What do they want?
They're going high ground. They're going up here with the Clinks. Doom's in, Lasso's there, gets stunned up so he can't drag her back. The DP gets the BKB off. Chen nearly dead but has the mech in the hand of God as Doom focuses into Nande. Trying to catch him here with the magnetize on him. Yule's into the air, they need the reveal. He's still dusted in fact, so they see the Clinks on his run back. First life gone. What can Brame do to return into the fight? Omni slash ready. Here comes Miracle. Slices into them. The creep's going to tank a little bit, but it jumps on the Nande again. Down they go with the Clinks. Nothing the back can really do to combat this. They'll TP away. Try and escape.
Got that little throw on the high ground again.
Desire. Oh, Desire blows him up. GH trying to catch him. Demolished by the Tiny. But yeah, the little poke up to high ground there. Nigma really showing that they can't be pushed over quite that easily.
That was a very key problem for why that failed so badly, and it was just Spartan overstepping. Like he should never be pushing a tower. Like he literally walked up on. You see it now. He walked up onto the high ground to click the tower. Why are you clicking the tower, sir? He needs to be standing back. He's the one with the mech. He's the one with the soul rip. Like whoever gets gone on in front of you, you're meant to be the one saving them and putting down that tombstone to keep area denial. But when you step up like that, I mean, really, really snap decision making from Nigma to just punish it and kill him, and give them that good fight. Because yeah, that's pretty much key for them. If they can kill Undying, their fights are so easy, or so much easier, I should say.
Oh, GA just found him. The roll missing that time. Wish very speedy. With his windlace, boots of travel. Four staff helping out. Spartan just going to chuck the tombstone down. Chase into Miracle and actually find the lasso thanks to the Ether Lens extended range. And in comes Desire. Avalanche toss. Miracle destroyed by Brame's counter initiation back in. And look at this Clinks go. Just a glide near into a barrage. Nearly breaks Kuroki. Wish. That's aggressive. Does find the pick off in the end. Well, there's just 3 heroes are diving tier 2 while the other 2 are killing off the tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, they're playing brave, and they have itemized really well to do these dives as well. If you look at their items, 11 has a Hurricane Pike. The Tiny also has a 4-staff as well. Like on the bot, even though they lost that fight when their Clinks got gone on and Omni Slash, they had 2 4-staffs to kind of keep pushing him back and try and disengage. So in maybe a more controlled fight where they aren't dying on their Undying and the heroes are in a good spot, like initiations from Nigma do become a little bit harder into stuff like that. You look on the other side and Earth Spirit's going for a BKB. He wants to just be able to go in and use his spells right without dying. This Gleipnir is disrupting their team fights so much by making, halting their mobility. You're taking all this damage from the barrage every time you get Gleipnir. So GH wants to just get in there, not have to care about all this magic damage, use his spells and enable his team, get the kick, like whoever needs to be kicked out of position, get it off. And Kuroki just itemizing for a little bit more save, going for a Gleipnir. They don't have 4-staffs of their own, but they are all starting to get towards that magic community, like you pointed out, Sumail having his BKB, Jug as well having that spin. Just BKBs and Glimmer Caves. Maybe they can get a 4-staff on Kuroki as well later. I would like to see that. Just ways to kind of get people to safety so they can re-engage and get, reset the fight. They need to be able to reset the fight.
Yeah, or if they're getting jumped, or if they're the ones jumping, make sure they can actually finish people off before the Clinks turns on them. 11 on this Viper, also scaling incredibly well. Manta on top of Hurricane Pike. Skadi is coming. Now we start to get 30 minutes in, thinking about the next Roshan. How do we Viper control around the pit as the smoke is broken, the illusions baiting and tanking. The initiation from Nigma there as Clinks just waltzed in invis, spotted them coming. And look at Spartan, he's going enemy high ground. Miracle, gonna give him the Omni Slash, 4-staff across, Spartan's still alive, the toss there, gonna kill off Spartan and his Desire. Does destroy his own teammates' chances, but they got the kill on Miracle. Nande was able to stand his ground. The wall stop now, finding the Viper. He's caught out of position, but the double 4-staff up to the high ground, not going to allow him to escape, though. GH lands his roll, and now they move towards the Bat Rider here. Wish trying to get away. GH, if he spots them, he's rolling on them. Desire's low. Clinks could still turn around and play with this, though. With an Avalanche and a Gleipnir, they'll burst through GH, find the kill on the Earth Spirit, but now the Clinks is doomed. What can Sumail and Kuro do? Penitent's in on to Nande, and they've got the damage! The Acorn shots in this Ancient Granite Golem pummel him.
Great fight for them. Honestly, I was a little bit scared when they decided to fight into the exorcism, and yeah, it did not pay off.
Wait, is Desire doing it? Oh, they're blinking to blink. Oh no.
He went for it.
And Penitent's doing 250 damage off that talent. Actually gets them the kill there. Helps them out. Kill off the Tiny. Right, this is a fight where Miracle got blown up initially and Nigma fought 4v5, right?
Yeah.
I guess Undying died, but
that, yeah. It's just usually when you're able to get someone to waste exorcism like that with Death Prophet he went in, the smoke got popped, they had to back off.
Now Spartan out of position.
Yeah.
He got his ward down, but Nigma all in position. Wish gonna drag the Doom up towards the high ground spot. Unload a bit of magic damage from the Viper, but Mind Control has a BKB and dewards the Obs. Tombstone dealt with. And Brame now, 3 heroes down. Roshan's available. Yeah, I was going to say Spartan just going to buy back for this. Make sure that they can continue to contest the pit.
You don't have Tombstone, though, and Nigma are very aware of this. They don't have... Oh, they do have Omni Slash, sorry. And they have Exorcism coming up. This would be a really good time to smoke if they want to make that fight for the Roche. They don't have Doom for 40 seconds, so if they want to be super safe, they can wait.
Got to deal with these waves as well first. MC going to show on the mid.
It's good to get your mid pushed in when you're trying to contest Roche, because it gives so much information and vision. Like, no one can stand on that mid lane without being seen by creeps.
Nigma all grouping up again. Roshan has been begun. 11 inside the pit. Tombstone dropped. And Spartan with a damage amp out of this Flash Golem. As they make a jump on an illusion, Wish baiting Mind Control in to make that initiation. And Roche down to 2,000 health, dropping quickly to the Burning Barrage, picked up. Aegis claimed by the Clinks as Nigma, they strike, trying to fight inside the pit, but the Tombstone stacking up zombies. GH aiming for Spartan, trying to get in on top of this Undying, but he's got mech, he's got heals for days. And kill the Tombstone off, yes, but Brame got the Aegis, they got the Roshan, and didn't lose a single soul.
It's like every time I look at 11's build, I'm just like, he doesn't have a BKB. This is so illegal. But he's just in the pit, gets gone on, 4 staffs away. Undying, gets gone on, 4 staffs away. They have how many now?
3?
Like 1 on Bat, 1 on Tiny.
And Viper has the Pike.
Yeah, 1 on... Yeah. It's just funny that they're being allowed to do this. And 11 as well, he's going for Scotty. He just wants to play as this third big core. It kind of makes a problem for Nigma, right, where they want to doom Clinks and that's it, problem gone. But if you have a Viper who's also 5-slotted with like damage items as well, it's hard to play with or against. Sorry.
How do you feel about double Skadi? Because it looks like Clinks is buying one as well.
Well, then they can hit 2 different people. So effective.
Fair enough. One hits Chen, one hits DP.
It's a really good stats item, and it.
Sheepo, there's a Clinks with the DD rune.
I'm scared.
Oh, Nande. I mean, how much damage he's going to be doing? Like 600, 700 a click. Avalanche toss. That was miracle. That was your position 1 carry. Yeah. Yeah, he's dead for a minute.
Yep. Look at the control. Didn't even DD. He still has it, and they can use this for high ground push. You have your Aegis. Just please, Brame. I beg of you, just consider how to take the high ground slowly. Just think about the conditions with which you need to take it, and do not walk up with your Undying.
Looks like Nigma are going to find the Tiny though. He swung pretty hard off to that right-hand side of the map. He's got Yule's Blink, but cancelled out by GH's roll. The rest of the Brame are swarming. They're coming in with the lasso, finding the Earth Spirit. Focus him down. The damage is ridiculous. Mind Control now going to get burst down as well. The DD on Clinks, 1,300 crits apiece. And now you've got a minute with no Earth Spirit, no Doom. Double Catapult Wave coming in mid. And a DD rune still on the Clinks for a good 10, 15 seconds.
Well, that is no longer a nice pick off. That is rough. Losing your Doom like that, especially like you saw the last time they went high ground, the Doom was very crucial to how they took this high ground. The Viper doesn't have a shard, so that will make the push slightly slower, but overall, yeah, they've got this deep tombstone up, and they can just stand here.
Oh, and Miracle has to spin to get away from Gleipnir.
Yeah.
Tier 3 dropping quickly.
Alright, to defend, how can they do it? How can they do it?
I mean, Shen's cut waves in behind them, but that's not stopping this push coming in.
They're fine to let one Rax go, especially mid. It's not the worst Rax, just because you are able to kind of get to mid so easily from either side lane, right? So, you know, no matter what side of the map you're holding, you can always cut the mid lane. So Megas in mid is not a big issue for them. It's more the side. And now Doom's alive, they have a chance, a way to come back, a way to take a fight. I think what they did earlier, I mean, even though it didn't go well for them, putting the ward on that high ground cliff and trying to get that pick off on Tiny when Brame started to split up, it was a good idea. It's just, it feels like they're struggling just because they don't have the damage to burst someone really quickly and then get out. Like I talked about the supports not having repositioning tools like Force Staffs. It makes it hard to just force off your Doom out, for example, and you know, do the deed, get the kill, get out. Which Brame have just been doing pretty much non-stop for 36 minutes.
I guess once Nigma are in a fight there, they are hard committed. You use Exo, you're committed. Use Doom, you're committed. If Mind Control jumping in, you need that target to die. But yeah, you're right. It's like Magnetized, Doom, Exo, all extended periods of damage. Not that burst that they kind of need.
It honestly might even be ideal for Nigma to try and win a fight outside of the base. Just... they have only one buyback, so it's very scary.
Nicely done there by Nigma, though, getting a bunch of neutral items with these Hands of Midas. Making sure they get that guaranteed neutral drop as they all come up. Havoc Hammer, Spell Prism, Flicker. Flicker's going to be a big one this game as well. I guess Viper back. Undying.
Very nice, yeah. Who's going to take it, DP? No, she went Prism.
Doom? GH has got it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Doom holding the Havoc Hammer. Yeah. What about the Dire team? What they got? Telescope, a hammer for themselves. And Telescope here, what, for the bat or so? He's got Quickening Charm right now, though.
Spawn has the most important neutral item. He is by far the strongest person on this map right now with that neutral item.
Verdurous Gale. Dale.
It's not even that good of an item. The heal is negligible. But the 100 health, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, they've caught him now, though. Is that 100 HP gonna allow him to survive? They drop a sentry for vision, but the Force Staff's getting back down to low ground. GH not landing that roll. And Spartan, that tombstone is in a prime position. He's going to get spun down by Miracle. GH rolling into the back. He's aiming for the Clinks. They'll take down the Undying now as the Gleipnir turn around, blowing up the Earth Spirit, but the Clinks is doomed up. MC focusing straight in with the help of Sumail to try and catch Nande, but he's on the run. Little Skelly Bro, where are you heading? Off to the left-hand side while the Viper turns to fight. Omni Slash bouncing into illusions and creeps, but they get the MC kill. Brame turning on Miracle now. 11 not able to stun him or catch him as they'll use up the Golem. A spin allowing Miracle to TP away.
Yeah, this is the beauty of your Viper, going these items. They doomed the Clinks. He ran for his life and died, but you still have other people able to do damage and threaten you.
And Kuro Chen just going to drop quickly in his own jungle. Clear up his army of ancients. Dragon and Golem. Both being picked off by the Viper.
Yeah. Miracle having this Linkens was nice, though. This might be the first fight where he hasn't just got blown up and died, and it's definitely harder now, you know, for Batriders to just simply start and get him, because while they have ways to pop the Linkens, it makes the kind of initiation just a little less clean. Are they up to four? They're up to four Force Staffs now as well.
Yeah, I'm just watching this Undying back. He goes up high ground, gets forced to low ground, he dies. But then Nigma in such an awkward position where they're trying to go up into the triangle. They're stuck on low ground in the river. MC and Sumail do the best they can. They kill off the Clinks in the end. But then you just left your Miracle Juggernaut here to his own devices to try and Omni Slash save himself and spin TP home. And these fights are getting real scrappy and awkward.
It does feel like whenever Nigma take a long fight, they just sort of lose it. But it also feels like they're not good at bursting heroes, so it's really weird. I think they maybe need to get to this position where Mind Control has his refresher, because dooming Clinks, yeah, nice. If they can doom Clinks and Viper or Clinks and Batrider, you know, any combination really, that would make their fights just beautiful. And then it becomes a game of like, okay, we have to hold our buybacks on Brame, and maybe we win a fight by fighting near a tower or an objective like an outpost, and we can just buy back and keep fighting, and then they don't have double refresher doom, and we can win the fight, and we can keep hunting them down and pressure to end the game. Or we need to play really hard around this Roshan so we have the Aegis and the second life, and then the refresher doom doesn't mean anything. Kind of goes both ways that they have to play around it, but this refresher would definitely go a long way to help Nigma and their team fighting.
Where's Nande going? He's death backed it up. What is he doing? 500 a click? Not bad. Rapier's queued up. And bottom lane getting chipped away at. So Nigma the ones, again, that have to react. Come back bottom.
It's so risky. When you're playing into a Doom, which is nearly certain death, that's honestly quite scary. I mean,
It absolutely is.
it would feel better if they had... Oh, he has a Lincolns now. I was going to say, it would be nice if someone else also had a Lincolns and they could put it on him. And then that way he's kind of safe, right? Even if they break the Lincolns, he has his own Lincolns, so it's like kind of double Lincolns. And then you can just siege with him.
GH up to high ground, gets the ward down. They've got perfect vision now as he rolls back towards the pit. The avalanche toss trying to catch in onto Nigma's backlines. Spartan being spun down, but 11's already picked up the Earth Spirit, forcing him to buy back. And 11, the Omnis Slash is directly onto him, but Spartan actually drags it away and tanks it for him. So 11 can turn and fight. Mind control, being chased around by zombies, as is Kuro. 3 hits though, that's all it takes for the Clinks to bring him down. They'll turn onto Nande, full stab him away. Lotus Orb up on the Clinks now as well, but Doom slow to a crawl inside the Nether Toxin as Nande grabs a double. Nigma losing heroes left and right. DP stuck up on the high ground. Wish will burn down Sumail. And a huge team fight for Brame opens up Roshan for them.
I was watching 11 that entire fight. Man is on the edge. Dude, he is not dying. He is not giving anything. But how did DP get lassoed onto the cliff?
I don't know.
Alright, I want my replay. Help me, Observer. I need your assistance.
4 different fights at the same time. Like GH
know,
roll in
right?
the back. There's Viper fighting with the Jug.
Alright.
Look.
I want the replay.
If he gets full staff up to high ground, or does he get tossed? Tossed to what?
Does he have the
Talon?
Yeah,
He has the Talon.
Damn, what a winning fight. Does it get cancelled as well? I see him TPing in the corner of the screen. Nice
Avalanche. It's there. I mean, MC comes in. I'll just watch this Viper. Full staff across. Saved. Manta's out. Gets another Toxin down. And then Miracle, just no options whatsoever. So we're going to lose every barracks in this Nigma base. And we're going to lose Kuroki as well. Wish just straight up refreshes. So he's got a lasso ready to go. Round 2.
What an abuse of the lack of tools on Nigma. Like, we talk about how these 4 staffs have been so impactful all game.
And they've caught out Doom now. And they'll lose Spartan, but Mind Control dragged inside the Nether Toxin. Destroyed by Nande. And Miracle dipping back into Fountain. Tier 4s, they need to be defended as Viper and Clinks opening up on them quickly. And Desire. That's an aggressive move. Does get out his Ghost Scepter, and he's got 4 staffs all the way home pretty much, just drifting away as GH, no buyback for him. All Mind Control means we're in a 4 or 5 versus 3. Clinks, don't forget, does still have the Aegis. Multiple lives for him and Desire. Tossing Sumail around. Miracle will try and spin into the Tiny. Yes, he gets a consolation prize. Maybe a little bit more here. Sumail, BKB TP. The Omni Slash coming into play. Bouncing across illusions, but the Ghost Scepter from Wish keeps him safe and sound. And Miracle. He's got buyback available, but it feels like they're down and out now here in game 2. Brame are going to throw everything they've got at them. They'd lose the Viper, but buybacks out of the Tiny, and maybe 11 here will shut out this game as the Aegis, it will be claimed, but Nande already on an ultra kill. And Desire looking for another round. Avalanche toss. Where's the Jug gone? He's gone northwards. Nande's hunting for him. They could go for throne, but they want to go for kills. Come on, let me kill off Miracle one more time. No mana for lasso here from Wish, but they'll have the Avalanche toss combo, and down you go. Earth Spirit, the only man standing between. Yeah, well, it's just called GG. Straight out from Kuro. They know it's done. And we're heading to game 3.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
What a series this is turning out to be, Gary. I love this game. Just seeing how Brame completely transformed and took just the map by storm. They left no area free for Nigma to ever just relax in. They understand, okay, if Jug, DP, Doom, all these heroes are just allowed to farm with their Midas. They went 2 Midases. If you just let them farm up, they're gonna win the game. Like, their lineup just kind of scales better to that point. But Brame, by taking that super aggressive approach, they delayed every timing. They secured their Roches. I think Nanda getting involved in everything was absolutely fantastic play. Obviously, Wish on his Batrider without deaths all the way to the end. These 4 staffs on everyone, allowing them to just like Nigma go in. They 4 staff out. They 4 staff out. They 4 staff out. They drag Nigma further and further and further out of position, and then turn around and punish them. And I love that. Nigma, on the other hand, they didn't have these types of items and tools. We saw Sumail get Cliff there. That sucks for him. You have no 4 staffs on your team. The only thing that can even help you is like GH rolling on you and then kicking you down, but that's so hard.
Yeah, I mean, 2 rapiers there at the end as well. Batrider holding one, Clinks had one. That's doing tremendous amounts of damage. In the end, that Clinks 55,000 damage. And compare that to Miracle's 36, there's a pretty big gap there. But you're absolutely right. It's a suffocating performance from Brame, just completely closing in on Nigma there in game 2, showing what they're made of, tying things up, and making sure. And it's no easy route for Nigma here.